Hey everyone, beautiful sunset tonight here at the banana stand up on the trailer. I was feeling a little under the weather this morning, nothing serious, just low energy, and decided to take it easy at home. But popped down here to give the update. Last Tuesday I had my PET scan and had my follow-up with Dr. Gold on Wednesday. Prior to that, the Garden 360 results came back and were really hard to read. They indicated that there might be some KRAS mutation, but apparently it was inactionable according to Gold. My fear with KRAS is that it's the mutation that killed a friend of mine in Ohio, and also it's less receptive to treatment and can be more aggressive than the non-KRAS wild type mutation that I originally had. So, I guess in terms of what we were hoping to hear, second to, oops, we were wrong, there's no cancer in there, was, oh, yeah, there's cancer in there, but there's not a lot, and it's the same as the stuff you had before, more or less. So we can expect it potentially to respond well to treatment. Anyway, that's how it went down. Gold said that given that broader study that showed that oxaliplatin being included with irinotecan and Floricel, or 5FU, which I like to refer to as 5FME, doesn't have a meaningful impact on long-term survivability. We're going to be putting me on FOLFIRI. The only question about FOLFIRI or not was whether we were going to do the FOLFIRI that's similar to the FOLFOXIRI that I did before, which I guess has a little bit less irinotecan in it, or the full traditional FOLFIRI, which has an additional bump of irinotecan. I think what we ended up deciding was let's go hard and put the bigger bump of irinotecan in there. In theory, I will be running to the can. That's what irinotecan does to you. They say it does lots of diarrhea type things, but we'll see. I didn't have it last time, but I was also on oxaliplatin and other stuff, so who knows. Basically the PET scan just showed that I have a clear liver, which is great, no tumors in my liver, and that I indeed have a few nodules in my lung, and that 28 millimeter or whatever growth in my mesentery. In terms of kind of new information, Gold said we're going to do 4 rounds, so it's going to be 8 weeks of FOLFIRI. The infusions are going to be like 6 or 7 hours each, so that's going to be super boring. And we're going to start on September the 11th, which is coming right up. So I've got to take a bunch of antibiotics ahead of time. I've got to start reloading my pile of symptom management drugs, and prepare for September the 11th. My lighting is improving because the sun is making an appearance through the clouds over there. I really do enjoy it down here. It's very beautiful and relaxing, so I'm glad I was able to hop down. Anyway, so in terms of how that impacts my life, I don't know how bad or not I'm going to react to it. I guess I tolerated it pretty well last time, but we don't know what this time will bring. There's no guarantees either way, but I'm just going to keep living my life. In terms of sailing, we finished up Ballard Cup, so the long dark winter of no weekly racing is upon us. Next event that we've got coming up is the J&J race, formerly Jack and Jill. Race that I'll be doing with Anik. It'll be Anik's first time double handing the banana stand in a race, so that'll be exciting. And that's 4 days before my first infusion, so it's the 7th. Ben's going to be in Oktoberfest racing his laser that day and the prior day. We'll either find something fun for Sammy to do or drag him along with us on J&J race as cargo. But we'll figure it out. In terms of right after infusion, I've got the Round the Island race, which is a typically double-handed race, and Ben's really excited about doing 2-person races with me on the banana stand. So that's going to be 9 days after my infusion on the 11th, which should put me at least on the mend from symptoms, and it might be that the first infusion is not very symptomatic. Oh, that reminds me, I'm not just getting full Fury, I'm also getting the Vectibix or the panitumumab again. Panitumumab was the stuff that made my skin try to fall off of me, to skin failure, as it were. So I'm going to get to turn into Deadpool again. I reduced the amount of hair I have on top of my head for, the handling of that, potentially with lotions. I might shave it off. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I'm just generally doing like a Minnesota fats cleanup, for those who are familiar with the classic film The Hustler, as I go into battle for the second time with this illness. So anyway, Ben and I are going to try to do Round the Island on the 20th, and I'm proud that he's more than capable. If something should happen to me, he can absolutely handle the boat. So I'm not really sweating it. It's going to be what it is, and we're going to do our best to race around Bainbridge Island on the weekend of the 20th. And then on the 25th, I'll have my second infusion. And then I think we have the Great Pumpkin not too long after that, but I'm not really worried about October, November. I'm just going to kind of take it a little bit at a time. So anyway, I still owe y'all a discussion of how I feel about the statistics of things, but I'm going to go ahead and save that for another tiki-taki. For this one, we'll keep it simple. To summarize, I have a very low disease load compared to last time. I asked Gold, if that mesentery tumor might become operable with treatment later, sort of how I was inoperable the first time, but then I became operable with treatment. And he was pretty circumspect. He was like, well, let's wait and see, which wasn't a no. So maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be operable. Oh, and to my surprise, he indicated that, they might be willing to consider a lung resection, even if they can't get at the mesentery thing, which is the first time I've heard them talk about operating on potentially partial cancer results. So just, looking for bright sides. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not super stressing about it. I've got if anything, significantly better support network around me now than I did last time. And we're gonna go forward and see how it goes down. Anyway, thanks to everybody for the kind words on my last post. I know people who care about me don't love hearing about me having cancer, and that, it's kind of a difficult time for everybody. And, we're just gonna go through it and see how it comes out. P.S. I guess, on a happy note, we have been really fast racing lately. We've come to a place where the crew are starting to get dialed in, and we've figured out some of the issues with the boat that we've been having for quite a long time. Thanks in no small part to Ballard Sales and Yacht Services for helping out with that, and Alex and Alicia and Ben and their whole crew and Lizzie. But we're fast now, and we came in second our last two Ballard Cups, and we took third overall in the series. There's just one more out there that we just cannot catch. That dude is so fast. But hey, more power to, no pun intended, more power to Mad Moreland. Anyway, everybody's having a great time racing the Banana, and we're going to do as much of it as we can for the remainder of the year, and I'm going to just keep on trucking and do whatever Gold says. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.